thought now is the time. I don't have much to talk about that is important, really. But hopefully, some people will show up, maybe have some questions, maybe make a statement or two. Doesn't always have to be a question. Sometimes you could just make a bold statement. Doesn't even have to be a bold statement. You could say something like, I hope they announce summer tour dates soon. Hey, that recap that you did the other day, I didn't know that show existed. Maybe things like this. Hey, Weekapog Phil, how are you doing? Is Weekapog your favorite song? I don't think I've ever asked you that. Russell Flagg. Is Russell Flagg your favorite song? All right, so what's going on? Dates have to be coming any day, right? I mean, Skyline Chili is not good. I don't know. I don't even know why it has a reputation of being like the Ohio thing, specifically Cincinnati. But yeah, it's not really good. I don't really like it. I'll have it maybe twice a year. I'll get like a couple of cheese conies or something. I don't know. But it's really more for the combination of all whatever that chili is they have. Whatever that chili is that's not really chili. If you're gonna do fast food chili, do Wendy's. But the mustard, the hot dog, the cheese, it's what you would expect. Not a lot of places around here you can get a hot dog fast food. So Skyline will deliver that. And I know it's about time, huh? It's been a while. Sounds like North Carolina, strongly rumored. Midwest, Ohio, once again, Deer Creek. Not the Deer Creek Blossom combo. That would be the rare Deer Creek Blossom combo at this point, I suppose. You're always going to get something between Chicago. I guess Alpine's really pushing it outside the Midwest, but Chicago, Deer Creek, even Dayton some years. Got one Columbus last summer. Got the Dayton shows the fall before. So on the recap that I abandoned the other day, December 31st, 2002, at Madison Square Garden, it's really okay that I abandoned the recap. Really, the whole point was just to remind people that the show existed, or even fill people in that the show existed. And in both cases, I think that happened a little bit. Bangor, it's been a while. Gosh, what was that, like 2016? No, not that long. It hasn't been that long. It's been a while, though, since they've been to Bangor, right? Yeah, and Walnut Creek usually does deliver. I know over at least a handful of times they've been there the last decade. Hey, what's up, Zoot? Not a whole lot. F Zappa 2-0. I thought all I saw was character zero there for a second. I was like, oh no, I'm character zero. Hey, what's happening, Scott? Scott, I know a couple of Scotts. They're both vinyl guys. I don't believe the Gorge is rumored. No. As far the only thing west, I guess, is Dick's, and it had some question marks. Maybe they'll do fall. I don't know. Boy, they just don't hit the west a lot, do they? The only thing I will say is that if there's a Halloween show, it's generally in Vegas. Until last year, there was Dick's every year. Last year, it was Boulder. But man, if you're up in Washington or Oregon, getting down to Dick's is a bit of a trip, I suppose. So that probably doesn't really feel local. I don't know. I don't know why. Eventually, they will. I would say the final tour, and not that it's coming anytime soon, but for what it's worth, they won't leave you hanging on a final tour. I mean, look at 2000. Shoreline wrapped it up. Not that that was ever supposed to be permanent, but, something similar to that. Hey, Steely Matt, what's happening? I started to get into the off season for a little bit, but it's like, I'm out, man. It doesn't matter. At this point, why are we worried about a freshman receiver that couldn't even get on the field? I'm not too worried. I like that freshman we got from Texas San Antonio, the small school. Boy, I know, late night Zappa, little slot receiver. We need that. It's like a playmaker. Does Trey playing Red Rocks put it back on the table? No, not necessarily. I don't think it does. It could, though. I don't know. I think at this point they probably could. I don't know if the ban is still there or not. It's been a long time. Oh, I have not looked at the update to the rumors. Uh-oh. There's a little bit of, what was it, the 17th? It certainly is, yeah, man, he looks pretty impressive, Matt. Yeah, certainly dates are usually announced. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't want to say by now, but if we get too deep into February, I mean, we're beyond the halfway point. Look, it's gonna happen. Just I don't know. I don't know what the delay is. Have they sold all the Sphere tickets? That's sold out officially. Yeah, it'll be here any day. On a Thursday though? Hmm. I don't know. Probably Deer Creek Sunday, I'm thinking. Oh, nice. I saw. Oh, you know what? I did see that score. Beat them pretty good too, right? I pay very little attention to their basketball team. I don't know how they're not more consistently good though. I ain't saying they should be, winning the Big Ten every year, but in contention most years. I don't know. I don't understand. It's weird. I saw something. Speaking of weird, I saw something really. Oh, Dix is back in. All right, good. Yeah, last year there was some construction going on. So I see, if there's some construction going on, it shouldn't take 2 seasons. Well, should it? I wouldn't think. They probably had started on it before last year. I don't know. I don't know what the renovations even were. Adding seats. I don't know. We'll see. But I'd say it'll be back. It wouldn't surprise me if it's back. I mean, what did I see? Something weird too. Madison was on the list. That was weird. Is that real? How they end up in? When was the last time they were in Madison? Where are they going to play? Camp Randall? I'm sure they got a basketball arena there. Would that be another indoor show? We doing more of this indoor summer stuff? I guess Deer Creek was 2 years ago, huh? And then this year it was last year Columbus indoor. I don't know. It's weird they mix in the indoor stuff in the summer. But they have had plenty of issues with weather, so. Ooh, you had to redo. I had a plumbing scare. When it got real cold, I had a scare, but it turned out it was just a trap. Ah, the Kohl Center. Good call. They've played there before, certainly. May have be going back a ways, but I remember a show at the Kohl Center that was good. Curtis, I saw something weird at Dollar General today. I know, surprising, right? I went up there just to get a couple 2 liters of Pepsi, and I don't know how it seemed like a bizarre shopping spree. Hey, Tom, there's these 3 ladies. It seemed like, I don't know for sure, but it seemed like a daughter, a mother, and a granddaughter. 3 ladies, ages spread out appropriate for that to be the situation. They had the shopping carts completely full. I mean, look, I don't think I've ever got. I know I've never gotten a shopping cart at Dollar General. Maybe the yellow basket. And the first thing that caught my attention is the one that I would say was the grandmother had 8 frozen pizzas, trying to stuff them in there a little bit. And then the only other thing I noticed was one of them, I don't even remember which one it was. They had motor oil and maxi pads, like the big 5-quart thing of motor oil. They had several of them. And then the biggest bag of maxi pads you can have, several of them. And then just random other things. And then the third person had an entire shop. So I just could not quite figure it. It was like maybe somebody was like, hey, go up to Dollar General. You can fill up a cart. Everything you can get in there, I'll pay for it. Or did they just get their income tax and they just went crazy? Was there some kind of sale I wasn't aware of, and then they're just going to put all this on resell it online? Hey man, I got this motor oil 50% off. I can resell this. I don't know. I should have asked. I should have just been like, excuse me, ladies, what in the hell's going on here? As you can see, I almost got caught behind them in line. Luckily, old Frozen Pizzas was struggling. It was like that, the old supermarket sweep, It was unreal. They luckily that was the holdup, the frozen pizza. So I dipped right in front of them. I was like, I'm not getting caught behind this for a couple 2 liters. You know, I mean, I'll turn a $5 bill into a paper airplane and just like throw it up there and walk out with the 2 liters. This is not, can't tolerate this. They don't even have a self checkout. So I don't know. Any guesses, really? There's probably 8 frozen pizzas, probably, and then her cart was already full of stuff. She was like shoving them kind of in the sides. I think maybe she was like crouched down, maybe going to put some in the bottom. It was very strange. It was, yeah. I wish I had more products for you, but ranging from frozen pizzas to motor oil to maxi pads, practical stuff. Maybe not the frozen pizzas, but who doesn't need motor oil if you have an automobile? You're at some point you're going to need oil, and if you're a woman, you're probably going to need maxi pads. Look, Big Cypress and men probably needed maxi pads. No, did you get it for? But I can't. Now, for the record, I don't control any ads that are before my channel. I know it's been really, really bizarre ones. One time it was like a Nashville, Tennessee, like a local car dealership. Somebody was complaining to me. They didn't live there. I don't live there. I wasn't talking about anything Nashville related. I don't know what happens. Um, oh, okay, cool. I guess I didn't think you did, but sometimes people they think I'm maybe responsible for that. If it were, I would have only Ticketmaster ads. Certainly. I do remember during the Baker's Dozen, Fish was advertising on YouTube, though. And several times people would comment that they got a Baker's Dozen ad. The shows eventually sold out. It was like as the momentum was building, though, it went from like you could walk up and get a ticket to it got tougher to get a ticket, and by that final night, you were had to do some unsavory things in an alley to get a ticket. Home mower commercials when I was cutting grass. That makes sense. Sometimes it might make sense, maybe like during some snow related videos, there might be ice remover. I don't know. Maybe move to Arizona ads for the state, some warm state. I talked to a fish fan lives up in northern Wisconsin. They got something called ice caves right now. I'm not familiar with ice caves. Um, I don't know. You talking about the Dollar General run or a fish run? You got a dating app. Wow, man. I don't feel like everybody gets an ad every time. I didn't know it was this out of control. I tell you, the revenue does not equal that. What else did I wrote down? Oh, every time I'm on YouTube now, sometimes it's the same dude over and over and over again, but on the front page, finally it's gone now. Um, is a person reacting to a fish song. And look, I've done reaction videos. I'm not saying, and I would certainly do them again if it's something I truly cared about, if it was, but sometimes it just seemed like, and I'm happy that fish is like at a level where people are just talking about him on YouTube, but I know when I was just doing whatever reaction videos to anything that I felt would get views, just kind of made my whole channel feel a little bit soulless. I'd much rather prefer something like this, 24 people here, but you guys are in general fans, genuinely fans of, I guess, fish, maybe myself. You know what I mean? It's not just like, I was doing reactions to the Super Bowl, like the first time the Seahawks and Patriots played, put on a scarf and pretended I liked Tom Brady. Humiliate. It's more than soulless. It's evil. No, I don't know. It just feels like a little grifting going on with fish, which surprises me. When I first started doing fish videos on YouTube, I felt like I'm the only person outside of the music. I'm the only person on YouTube. Then you had the Anatomy of a Jam stuff. Some people do some like yearly documentaries. You got the Wook Plus guys, and now you got all this reaction stuff. Mind blown, first time hearing fish. And I gotta say, and honestly, my mind was blown. Or just something like that. Yeah, I don't know why I don't do stuff like that, the dishwashing and the lawn mowing as much, you know? I don't know really. Oh, you have a podcast now. What's it called, Forbin? Is it somewhere it can be heard? I should have had the chat up here. Sometimes I'm only seeing the most recent one. Yeah, the Anatomy of Jam stuff was good. I still do dishes. I even got a dish rack now. That was always a point of commentary. Thoughts adrift. Interesting. I'll write that down. Is that like everywhere you hear podcasts, or is that on YouTube? How's that work? Mardi Gras, really? What? Where have I been? What's up, Trunky? Okay, good deal, good deal. I've seen some of his videos, but no, I wouldn't say I don't even think I don't know necessarily that I've subscribed to Walter Ruski. I think it was his very first video, like Fish or something, or Harry Hood maybe. I've switched to YouTube Music for like streaming stuff, but man, it's not very good for podcasts. It just has like very, very popular mainstream podcasts, which is fine. If you want to hear that, they're easily found, that you can find them. Just seemed like when I was using Spotify, it was you would discover new stuff, maybe stuff that wasn't like just chart topping, just some random podcast. You know, I like the series a lot. I don't see a lot of these like just 8 episode series long. I'm sure they're on there. Um, I don't know. Not real happy with YouTube Music's podcasting. Real happy with the music though. I'd never even realized how bad Spotify's quality was until I heard YouTube Music. It's just so much better. I don't know. It's like going from cassette to a really quality CD or something. You know, being CD isn't the highest quality, but better than cassette. Ah, nice. Yeah, he seems likable. It did. Everything had to go pretty much. Couldn't handle it. All right. Well, been trying to, it's time for glasses. Or I need to always have the stream pulled up. Even got a second bigger monitor here. Could have the stream there, perhaps. What do you think? SE, if you're watching after the fact, he's a post watcher. Oh, cool. DA. Um, yeah, good deal. Steely Matt, he was here earlier. Same thing with him. He's a Buckeyes fan, and eventually was like, "What's all this fish stuff?" He was also a Grateful Dead fan, though. Listened to that Dogs in a Pile recently, so I guess that had YouTube thinking, this guy will check out some jam bands. So it showed me Chalk Dinosaur. Not bad. Toward the end of it, it got really interesting. It was their Halloween show, and there was 2 songs called October 30th. And I was like, now is that implying this is something from last night? Like they just wrote these songs yesterday? Hey, what's up, Art? Perhaps Deer Creek. Yes, Tom. I think I'll probably do Sunday. I think I'm going to wrap it up, though, people. Um, hey, what's up, Dan Z? Yeah, I think I got the supermarket sweep story out, befuddled by. Um, I'm glad I made you aware of or reminded you of Madison Square Garden 2002 and these reaction vids when I always wanted more fish content on YouTube. That's not really what I wanted. All right, guys, boom, we are out of here. He wasn't too far off, though. He was already a Dead fan, you know. But yeah, a handful of people have. Now it's pretty much all fish, but it used to be a lot of stuff. There was even this guy in France that watched my Game of Thrones videos. I guess he spoke English. He ended up listening to some fish. I was like, don't do it, buddy. You'll never see them. Boom. I forgot to say boom.